Hello everybody, this is Starman and welcome back to Let's Play Discworld 2. Well, we're back here on the main map screen for Ankh-Morpork. It took us the better part of an hour just to check Unseen University, the Cemetery, and the Shades. So we'll keep moving in a clockwise direction and go to the plaza next.
Popcorn!
And we've got two more familiar faces from the original game, although they look completely different and sound completely different. There's our old buddy Dibbler.
Cut me own throat, Dibbler. The sort of itinerant merchant venturer that gives greed a bad name.
Popcorn!
Yeah, he was originally voiced by Tony Robinson in the first game, and I think that's Rob Brydon doing it this time.
Trolls prefer blondes. Why, do they go better with broccoli? This one looks good. Attack of the 50-foot dwarf. Should go down a treat with the local trolls. Cut me own
And the milkmaid, who you might remember her taking up space in the Psychotrickerous office and then deciding to become an actress. Well, apparently she's still trying to be an actress. Wonder whatever happened to the barber that she was hooking up with, though. We never do see him in this game, unfortunately, so apparently she got famous and ditched him. Sad day.
Popcorn! Popcorn! Do it yourself, popcorn! Just add heat and butter and maybe a frying pan. Also serves as catapult ammunition. Or excellent fishing sinkers. Come and get it while it's still in stock. Only one previous owner. I'm letting it go for less than market price, and that's cutting me own throat. Popcorn!
Well, we'll start with a greeting.
Is this all your life has to offer? I thought you might have, well, you know, improved yourself. Reached for higher goals.
I'm reaching, Gov, I'm reaching. Matter of fact, I'm going into Clickies.
Clickies? Just what Ankh-Morpork needed, eh?
Exactly!
Yeah, for you, irony means sort of like iron, doesn't it? So we're into Clickies now, are we? At last the monkey has found the banana plantation.
Yep, moving pictures. Here, have a read of this. Clickies! Oh, now there's romance for you. Hot dogs, popcorn, drink stands, the merry rumble of candy rolling down the aisles.
And the shows. Don't forget the actual Clickies themselves.
What? Oh yeah, I mean the shows go without saying. Chocolate dipped ice cream, novelty drinking cups, collectible lobby cards.
I don't believe this. You mean to tell me that art has to take a second place to cheap licensing and marketing? Well, I can tell you that I'm above that sort of thing. Catch me being involved in some damn licensing scam? Ha! Fat chance. The last thing I'd ever do is allow myself to become involved in a shabby marketing ploy designed to use a famous name to sell a product which is in itself utterly devoid of any real... Right. Well, good luck with the career and I'll be off.
Did we mention the range of pewter figurines and exciting t-shirts this time?
Shh.
Yeah, there's double pun in that bit of conversation because the original Discworld and Discworld 2 games did come with a little flyer advertising the very hard to get at the time in America Discworld t-shirts and the line of pewter figurines that they did. So, you know, what would have been a very Pratchett-esque attack upon commercialism in film and the arts comes off as being kind of hypocritical given, well, and that's part of the joke, and it's even funnier in hindsight given that, you know, you've got Eric Idle delivering this speech, given his reputation in recent years of having been shamelessly exploiting his connection to Monty Python to make a fast buck. He was the one responsible for Spam-A-Lot, which some of the other Pythons apparently weren't happy about. But it hadn't stopped them from getting together and doing the occasional show so they could all exploit Monty Python together. Not that I'm complaining, mind you, I love those shows.
A brochure about do-it-yourself clickies.
Popcorn! Do it yourself, just and also, sir, come and get only omelette pop.
Thankfully, I can skip through the conversations by clicking.
What are you doing here, apart that is from being a disease vector?
Scouting, mate. Here, incognito, looking for the next great Clicky star. Heard about Clickies? The latest thing? Just think, mate. A fortune could be just around the corner. All it takes is my know-how, the right actors, and a few dozen obscure objects from ludicrously scattered locations.
Huh. And just how would you go about collecting all these items?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I can't imagine. Can you, boys and girls?
Yeah, that's a bit of foreshadowing for Act 2.
Oh, no.
Don't knock me back until you've seen the goods, sir. Smashing stuff. Fine popping grains lovingly swept from the warehouse floor.
Why's he got little rat's hairs mixed up all through it?
Just keeping the grains warm, sir. An added extra and no additional charge.
Oh, all right then. Anything to keep you quiet.
Popcorn!
Dibbler's do-it-yourself banging grain. No refunds, no returns, no regrets. I suppose if I ever need a devious, slimy, utterly shameless clicky director, I'll know where to come. Gosh, now that has to be a nested hint.
At this point, I'm wondering if that part was written into the dialogue, or if Eric Idle actually was being this sarcastic about
Bye for now.
the blatant hints.
Popcorn!
I'm sure it was written in.
Boo-boo-be-doo, 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 boo-boo-be-doo. Oh, no, I just don't think this is working.
By the great beard of someone unusually well bearded. What happened to you? I thought you were a milkmaid.
I was a dairy products distribution agent, thank you. All that's behind me now. I'm a thespian.
I'm sorry.
An actress! A star of stage and screen! I'm starring in a new clicky called Trolls Prefer Blondes.
Oh. And why do trolls prefer blondes?
Well, apparently I'm damn, what's that word for generic pop idol?
An icon?
No, icons grow on trees.
Those are acorns.
Really? I'm sure it wasn't acorns. Oh well then, maybe it was coconuts or melons then. I'm sure I heard it mentioned somewhere.
I think I'm beginning to get the idea.
Anyway, now I'm a famous pop coconut. It's ever so exciting.
So you're a clicky star now, are you?
Yeah, isn't it fun? They said my assets and experience perfectly suited me to the job.
Experience? You were a bloody milkmaid.
So?
I fail to see what milk production has to do with qualities of screen charisma. Ah. Oh, forget I said that.
Yeah, as they say in the theater world, her talent is in her sweater. Or it would be if she were wearing a sweater, but you know what I mean, and I think you do.
What a lovely dress. Very, very glittery, wouldn't you say? Not that I'm hinting about clues or anything.
Glitter is what all this clicky business is about.
The source of glitter, you might say? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, say no more, say no more.
Yet another empty-headed character. Nice glittery dress, though.
Say no more!
Let's just stop all this now.
Alright, so I think next on our little tour will be... Actually, we missed the traveling shop, which was over here originally. And, yes, it is making the noise that the TARDIS makes when it teleports.
I swear this shop wasn't here before.
It is making the noise when it teleports of the TARDIS in Doctor Who when it moves.
Wandering shop. No one knows why. But all the most truly mysterious and magical items are brought from shops that appear and, after a trading life even briefer than a double glazing company's, vanish like smoke. They can turn up wherever there's a suitable stretch of blank wall. But once there, they have always been there. Dust and grime and a general worn look instantly dispel any doubts in the minds of people who may have walked down that same street every day for a year without noticing it. There are 3 general theories to explain the phenomenon of wandering shops. 1. Many thousands of years ago, there evolved somewhere in the multiverse a race whose single talent was to buy cheap and sell dear. 2. They are the creation of a sympathetic fate, charged with the role of supplying exactly the right thing at the right time. 3. They are simply a very clever way of getting around the various Sunday closing acts. All these theories have 2 things in common. They explain the known facts, and they are completely and utterly wrong.
Yes, the actual explanation, at least for the traveling shop that appeared in The Light Fantastic, where this concept was first introduced, is that the shopkeeper was cursed by a wizard who was annoyed that he did not have anything that he needed, and forced him to wander until by chance he finds that wizard again and has exactly what he needs. But we do have a few items here that we can pick up.
A stuffed flamingo. Yes, well, I'm not quite sure what it's doing in an adventure shop, but if you must have a flamingo, then I suppose this is as good a place as any in which to put it. 1 alligator, badly stuffed. Well, every magical shop has to have one, I suppose.
Yeah, apparently it's more of a British colloquialism than an American one, but apparently a stuffed alligator is just the thing to put in your shop of wonders.
Books. The perfect resting place for overfull coffee cups. I'll have to get a few more of those.
Can I get them?
That looks nice. Can I have it then?
Certainly not. It's not for sale.
A strange machine. I don't know what it does, and I'm fairly certain I'll rest better tonight for never having known. Maybe it has something to do with this being called a wandering shop. A stuffed fish. I can't say I think this is the absolute best sales venue for preserved seagoing wildlife. Still, if today was the day I wanted to go into combined camping and weapons shop and purchase sea life, then this would certainly be my choice du jour. Frog-scented incense? Extra smoky? Frog-scented? In the middle of summer? These people are barbarians. Candles, excellent. These should do the job nicely. Jars. Yes, once again, a closer inspection does in fact reveal that they are jars. What's the matter? Don't you trust the written description? That looks nice. Can I have it then?
Certainly not. It's not for sale.
Alright.
An old woman. Well, I say old, but given the cruel abuses of this dingy level of technology, the possibilities of childhood malnutrition and debilitating diseases in later life, that gives a fair range, doesn't it? And even if she is old, I mean, old is a relative term. She's older to some people and younger to others.
She's 37, she's not old. But we can't just call her a woman. We could ask her name. Alright, let's go for greeting.
Hey there, Your Highness. And aren't you a pretty little girl?
I'm not a little girl, I'm a powerful and dignified magician.
Why are you dressed up as a princess then?
I most certainly am not.
You've got a tall, pointy hat. All princesses have tall, pointy hats.
Look, it's not...
And a dress. A tall, pointy hat and a dress. That's a princess in my book.
So how do you explain the beard then, eh? Eh?
I thought that was just probably your peasant blood, dear. A lot of men find a bit of hair sultry and attractive.
I wish a lot of women did. I can't really see that this shop serves any valid social purpose at all. It all seems like a total waste of resources.
Well, that's nice coming from a princess.
Look, for the last time, I am not a princess.
Okay, Your Highness.
It's okay, Rincewind. You'll always be a pretty princess to me.
Look, all joking apart, what are you selling?
Well, Your Highness, this here is an adventure shop. It has all the marvellous things people need when they decide that their main calling in life is to find a hole in the ground, collect some friends, and then go delving into the underground, armed only with swords, rope, 10-foot poles, halberds, 6 torches, and a flask of oil.
Good gracious. And is there actually much of a demand for this?
No, it's all collectible trading cards these days. Dim wick, the smothering. It's taken all the fun out of the business. I can't even shift magic items anymore.
Magic items? What, elven cloaks, magic swords, boots of speed, that kind of thing?
That's the stuff. We don't really stock the boots anymore, though. We did have boots of domination, but a female barbarian already bought up those. Anyway, do have a browse, Your Highness, and let me know if there's anything you want.
Candles? You do candles?
Yes, Your Royal Highness. I make them by hand. Well, I would make them by hand, but everyone just uses continual light spells these days. I don't really stock candles anymore. Those are just display models made out of plaster.
But you could make me some if you had the chance.
Oh, yes, love. I just need you to bring me the raw materials. Now, your grade A candle, that's made from dead whales. We used to use their nasal hairs, but these days a true pure white candle is made from spermaceti.
Where does that come from?
I never dared ask, love. Anyway, the next best thing is beeswax.
Beeswax, right.
We used to have a lovely bee milking parlour out the back. The bees insisted it was the only way to get the job done. Every evening, we'd round up the bees and settle them down in little chairs, give them all a newspaper, and let them wax away to their heart's content. Then someone pointed out that all we had to do was open up the hive and scoop out all the wax we want. The little buzzers had been having us on all along.
You just can't trust a bee, can you?
That's just what I always say, Your Royal Highness.
Oh, stop it.
So, we now know where to come to get some candles made.
Well, that's it for now.
We just have to get the raw materials.
That looks nice. Can I have it then?
Certainly.
What? No mumbo jumbo? No sudden insistence that I go on a special quest or anything?
What, me? Order a princess about? Whatever are you thinking?
That looks interesting. Could I possibly have it then?
Certainly.
A stuffed fish? Well, you'd be stuffed too if you'd had your innards replaced with old wool bits and cotton scraps. Incense. Frog scented.
And the flamingo.
Just what I've always wanted. I don't suppose I can have it then.
Why not? It's yours. You only had to ask.
A stuffed pink flamingo. Actually, they say flamingos turn pink due to eating pink shrimps. Since shrimps only go pink after they're boiled.
And we've moved over here now, which brings us to the Fool's Guild or the docks. And I think we'll go ahead and do the Fool's Guild.
A clown's hooter. Now I can blow my own horn at last.
Ah.
A clown's hooter. Now I can blow my own horn at last. My old pals, the Fool and Chucky.
Well, if by pals you mean the main enemy of the last game, at least up until the dragon came back. We're gonna regret this, aren't we?
Great gods, you two again?
Yo, Chucky.
But you're dead. You quit life's stage. You're resting.
Chucky wants to be the ghost of all jokes past. Being dead is grand. Look, we even get flowers. Oh, Chucky, Chucky, Chucky.
I like the Pertwee voice better.
Now look.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Cohen.
Cohen who?
Cohen, answer the door. Oh, Chucky, Chucky, Chuck, 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 Chuck.
Why is it everyone else toddles off to heaven or hell and you two get to hang around here?
Chucky, 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 Chuck, Chuck, Chuck. I'm stuck. Stuck, stuck, stucky.
You can't leave. I mean, you're dead, but not gone before. You're haunting.
No, death hasn't come for us yet. Left us floating here, he did. Chucky can't leave the Guildhall stones and mortar. Not even for Sures.
Sures? What's yours?
Oh, a pint of lager and roast boar crisp, thanks. Oh, Chucky, 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 Chucky.
You're right. You are the ghost of old jokes.
Yeah, of course, then again, fools in the Discworld are discouraged from creating new jokes. Unless they are senior enough to do so approved. They go into a fair bit of detail about the Fools Guild in the Terry Pratchett book Weird Sisters, which, oddly enough, we're about to steal a reference from for this next little puzzle.
Oh, no. If we had to have a character from the past, what happened to that nice Amazon lady? Maybe I can throw his haunted rocks into the middle of a sewer or something. Let's see him laugh that one off.
That's actually a bit of a double hint there, because
Goodbye for now.
in the story Weird Sisters, the main characters, the witches, need to get the dead king away from the castle that he's haunting. But he is, of course, as per usual, cursed to haunt the stones of the castle. It is then they realize that there's nothing that says that they can't move one of the stones, and he can go and haunt that stone someplace else. So what we have over here is a brick.
A house brick? Nice heft. Good aerodynamics. There's nothing quite like a good solid brick to bring out the artist in a man.
And just to see if there's a different description here.
A house brick? Nice heft. There's nothing quite...
No new description there.
Now pay attention.
Attention, yes.
You said that you have to haunt the stones and mortar of the guild.
Guild, yes.
Well, is there any reason why you have to stay here? I mean, if the stones are moved, then you can move with them. You could just hop into one of the rocks, and I could take you somewhere more interesting.
Interesting, yes.
Are you listening to me?
No. Ho ho, Chucky, 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 Chucky.
Just get into the damn stone.
Ho ho, Chucky, Chucky, Chucky.
Alright, so now we have a ghost-haunted brick.
A brick haunted by my old pals Chucky and the Jester.
And that whole line about, chucking the haunted stone in the sewer, well, we have an entrance to the sewer here.
Pork Futures. Probably no other world in the multiverse has warehouses for things which only exist in Potentia. Here, however, the Pork Futures warehouse is a product of the patricians' rules about baseless metaphors, the literal mindedness of citizens who assume that everything must exist somewhere, and the general thinness of reality around Ankh. The net result is that trading in pork futures, in pork that doesn't exist yet, led to the building of the warehouse to store it until it does. The extremely low temperatures are caused by the imbalance in the temporal energy flow.
The image of pork that may exist sometime in the future. Nothing like thinking ahead, I suppose. I hope this ice isn't made from that river water outside. Nah, it can't be, it's the wrong colour.
So yeah, nothing to do here at the moment, and this also is taken directly from the Discworld books. Men-at-Arms, to be specific. Because at one point, two of our heroes get trapped inside a Pork Futures warehouse. And, well, one of them would freeze to death. The other one, a troll, suddenly becomes much smarter because trolls being silicon-based life form, naturally their intelligence increases the cooler they get. Like computers. And we're actually directly underneath the Odeum Theater now.
Just some old barrels. What a great grate. Hey, there's the milkmaid. Quite a flattering angle, really.
Well, we can actually get the first one of our items now. Or actually, we could have, except I forgot to pick up one item earlier. But that's okay, because... funny thing, I did do a playthrough of this before I started recording. And it turns out that even before you go talk to the milkmaid, you can come here and do this. And if you've seen Some Like It Hot, I think you know where we're going with this. And before I go grab that one item I forgot to get earlier, we'll go ahead and finish up our exploration of the city and go to the docks.
Call this death, do you? In my day, people knew how to die properly. Tunnels, white lights, booming voices, the choir invisible. Right, that is it. If a job's worth doing, then it's worth doing yourself in. Oik!
Nice day for it.
Drop dead!
And unfortunately, we cannot interact with Wendell anymore. But yes, as noted before, the Ankh River, well, it's a bit generous calling that water.
I wouldn't go closer if I were you. It's only called water because of the position it occupies between the river bottom and the sky. Here, try and dive onto that and you'll dent more than you hacked.
And nothing else here at the moment. Tricky finding the place to click to move forward to here. And we also
A hammer-headed shark. They're called hammer-head sharks, you know, because their head is shaped like a hammer. See? Now you can say you've used your computer for educational purposes. Ah, Jim lad.
Nice Long John Silver impression there, however brief.
Either this is a net, or the moth problem around here's got out of hand. One seafaring fish-eating bird. I hope he's not looking for his dinner in the River Ankh. At least not without a pick and a shovel. Novelty stuff. Now this looks interesting. I wonder what they are, not to mention what use they could possibly be.
Alright. Yep, one thing I forgot to grab from here. The little bellows. Well, we've gone to every location and grabbed every single little item that we can for the moment. So I think I will go ahead and stop this video here. And next time we will start going around and retrieving the 5 items we need for the Rite of Ash Kent. We'll see you next time.